Hello there everyone, and welcome back to Shogun 2 Fall of the Samurai with the Scramble for the Far East mod. Last time around we met the main Chinese army, we defeated it, and later we moved on to siege the capital in Manchuria. It's only the only province they have, so we'll be knocking out China completely out of the game once we take this, and we can concentrate on the Koreans. They have decided to sally forth out of the castle as their horse army is going to do a lot better on the field than cooped up inside a castle. Not much more to say. Let's go ahead and fight this battle. I thought that we might actually get to fight on the battlefield where the castle was present, like they would have to come out of the castle to fight us, similar to what happens when you play an Empire Napoleon. That is not the case. We've got a normal field battle. The enemy is on the other side of this valley and they're going to come down on us. I have placed 2 units in front. They're going to place down stakes. And then I've placed the Marines on the side. Hopefully they'll be able to place stakes. We're going to see about setting up squares and other formations, really, to deter the enemy's cavalry charge. Cannon in the center, ready to blast the enemy. This time, as I has already aligned them now at spawn, they should be able to fire all of them at once, so we shouldn't run into the problem. Apparently you can fix this problem with just running units back and forth through the cannon unit, and it will actually align itself. I think it's that the cannons are slightly misaligned or something, and once the troops move back and forth through it, then I'll actually kind of move the unit, and that will allow for the cannon to fix itself. With that said, let's go ahead and start.
Today, sir, we defend.
And we'll start by setting out the stakes. And we've got Cossacks coming in. Gonna hide them up here, together with the general. I do note the formation of the Chinese army here, that they have gone ahead and deployed all their infantry in the center with all the cavalry on the flanks. Shouldn't be a surprise, but is not. It usually doesn't. They usually doesn't form like that in Napoleon, do they? Or Empire. And this could be bad. Let's pull the troops back. So it's going to be a heavy cavalry attacks, and they're moving in rapidly. Damn, there's so much cavalry. And they're all moving in on the flanks. Let's see if we can hurry and set these units up. Need to hurry to get into positions. Okay, the squares opened fire. Didn't really kill anyone though. The cannon should be blasting the enemy. I think we'll move the general kind of over to this side. Are they bypassing my stakes? Not really, but they're firing from the other side. They're gonna ride over there. Okay, so they're taking a lot of those stakes with them. Oh, they're going for my cannon. Turn the cannon quickly! Boom! Good shot. I think we've got them there. This square might fall. What's happening over here? The general is kind of in a bad spot. I need to push troops over to this side, as this square looks like it's almost collapsing. And oh, come on, come on. Let me fire another canister on you. I should have aimed higher. No, you're not supposed to follow them. There's down to 84 men. And this square isn't doing too hot either. You know what? I think we'll form square there as well. Another square here. Oh, they're coming in around. Damn it. Into positions quickly. Damn, the enemy... Another canister? No! We were attacked. This unit's about to get destroyed.
Their general has fallen.
Oh, the general
Your general
rode onto
is
the
under
center. Damn, back on the cannons quickly. No, you're not supposed to chase them once you've beaten them. Or once you've beaten off their charge. Get on the cannons quickly. That was a little bit high. We haven't beaten their cavalry yet, which is a problem. Come on! No, you're not supposed to... Okay. Oh, come on! Oh, we broke them just in time. Turn the cannon around. Oh, I think that was too high. I'm not really landing my shots, am I? Oh, I completely forgot about the Cossacks. Cossacks in the second army. Get over here. My center is breaking. I need canister and I want you to aim over there. We probably had quite a bit of units dying. Looks like this unit's about to die. We broke tons of Chinese infantry over on that side. I want canister. We need to re-establish some kind of line over here. And then I want you to do square. And you can't do square apparently. I'm gonna get the general over on that side. I ordered you to fire over here. What if I tell you to fire at the ground over there? General is moving over. And now the Cossacks are arriving. Give them everything you have, lads. Oh, this is like barely a victory, given the amount of troops
Victory is assured, sir.
that I've lost. Boom! Perfect hit. Didn't do much though. Guess it's because it's such a small 6-pounder. Drop the square. Okay, we are victorious, and there's tons of Chinese troops retreating. The cannon is still on the field. What we want to do is we want to kill as many of these as possible, so we don't have to fight them once we get into the castle. Troop numbers devastated. I wasn't expecting the cavalry to strike that hard and that fast. But that's a good lesson. At least we survived. It's kind of all I can say at this point. Let's go and take a look at the statistics and see if we can't capture the castle. Here we have the result then of the battle. The enemy deployed 1,000 men more than me, 2,500 against my 1,500. The enemy lost about 2,000 men, while I lost about half my force, actually a little bit more than half my force. I'm actually a little bit surprised at how many I lost. I lost 876 men, meaning that I have only 677. One unit was utterly destroyed. We still have our cannons, we still have 4 of the infantry units, 2 of the marines. We captured an enemy light mortar, that's pretty cool. We still have the cavalry army ready to back us up. But yeah, it did not go well. The losses, I mean, we lost over half our army. We did beat the enemy back, but that so easily could have gone a lot worse. So that is something to think about as we proceed. I thought we'd be able to just absolutely murder the cavalry, but I wasn't prepared of how quickly they were going to actually come at me and cross the field. As the Chinese Empire is now on their last leg, they're offering peace with a single payment of 3,000. This is nowhere near of what I can agree to. They would have to submit and become a vassal at the very least. I think we're gonna go for complete annihilation though. Kind of interesting background here. I'm not entirely sure what battle it is. Possibly Waterloo. And then we have Wellington and Napoleon here. So clearly he's trying to study some kind of art of war. Well, he's Chinese, so he obviously needs some art of war, but I mean more modern. This is 1857, so the Napoleonic Wars would be still quite modern. Anyways, we're not gonna go ahead and accept this. A general has increased in rank and technological advance. And winter, that's bad. That means that we need to capture this. Otherwise, we're just kind of screwed. So I went for infrastructure, and then I went on to aesthetics. That increases the influence, it increases the faction leader's honor, which also increases faction-wide happiness. So we get 2 points basically in faction happiness. And then one of my general gained... Oh, it was this guy. I was hoping it would be my faction leader. Retrainer, snowshoes? Snowshoes. Or... That would actually be pretty good with snowshoes, because I think, given how we advance, that could be a good trade. At the same time, 1+ repression in the province where this man is present is also good. But I think snowshoes will be more versatile for us. And then I usually go for aggressor. Going down this line, because it gives increased replenishment rate and so on. So that's the line we're going down through. As we capture the mortar, that should make it a lot easier to capture this castle. And we're gonna have to attack and take that. I just want to check a little bit on my country right now. So our happiness should have increased all over the place. The daimyo's honor increased happiness, and then development increased 1. So then we got 3, which means that I should be able to... Oh, I already have good tax rate. And increasing it even further is not necessary. What I could do is then disband the conscript infantry, which I've got 4 of up here, which then would make me, what, 280 more gold per turn. We also have construction, we have a police station down here. And let's see, how far has my navy come? It's gone along the coast here. Do not make a lot of trade through that. I've set the target to be the strait here at Busen. I'm hoping to find the 2 European factions that are here, which I believe is the Netherlands and another faction. I can't remember. Hopefully we'll be able to set up trade with the Japanese as well. But with that, we're gonna have to go into battle, otherwise we'll freeze to death out here, and the army is already broken down. I'm not entirely sure we would be able to withstand another attack if this one comes in to aid the beleaguered troops. So let's go ahead and attack. The enemy deploys 475 men, and I deploy about 600-700 men. The cannon's going to be a big boon, and the fact that we've got the light mortar, that's going to be the biggest deal. Because, I mean, if this is a castle on a hill, which I kind of think it looks like, although I don't know, the terrain is kind of hilly around here. But even in the flat castle, we had some trouble just because the elevation of the 6-pounder is so low that it's like it cannot aim high enough. Anyways, let's go ahead and attack before we all starve to death. The castle is situated on quite a high hill. We're gonna have to bombard it quite a bit before assaulting it. We do not have enough troops really to go at it full on without blowing it up first. Right now they're doing some exercises here. I imagine I've given them a target they don't actually want to fire at. We have been burning the outside, mostly actually just to make it cinematic here, so they when it starts off it looks like I've actually done something to the enemy castle, when in reality I haven't actually. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and bombard them for quite a while until I go ahead and send my troops in. The few troops that I have left. I've blown out the 2 gates, so if we want to, we could go straight in. What I'm hoping is as we advance, shoot down the enemy, the cavalry will actually come at us, at which point I will tell the mortar to once again open fire, and the explosive shots will go ahead and land right among all the cavalry, blowing them to pieces. With that said, let's go ahead and attack. So what we're going to start with is I'm going to get you to set up right here. I'm going to get this unit to set up here. And then I'm going to get you to set up there. With these two advancing a little bit, covering the rear. And we'll see if this works. There's a few soldiers still left at the gate, which just started firing at us. Got one of my marines, actually a few of them. Will be returning fire shortly on the enemy though. We should be able to put down enough fire upon the enemy to suppress them. Maybe I should actually tell the men to fire by rank. Not entirely sure why you aren't firing. What if I tell you to have first rank kneel? Then it might be easier for you to actually figure out what you're supposed to do. I do need your support here. Okay, they are kind of... I think they're about to set up. Keep up the fire. It's going very slow here. But that's because I'm overly cautious. Why don't you gain ground in front here? And then you'll hold fire and we kind of switch in between these two and have this one cover. Plus then the cannon, the 6-pounder, firing. Let's hope the first unit wants to fire. It's shuffling a lot. Luckily they aren't actually on the fire right now. Okay. I'm ordering them to advance instead. You know what, from here both units should be able to fire. And all the shots should fly overhead. Okay, the guys on the wall have switched target. And now we've got some of the horsemen moving forward. Okay, we're now arrows are raining down upon us. So it would be good if you guys would start to actually return fire upon the enemy. Any second now would be great.
Okay, they're not going to, and if we just stay, we're gonna lose troops. So I'm gonna climb up on either side, and in that way, we're gonna kill the guys off the wall, and we're gonna see about situating our troops there. I want to wait a little bit more before I send in more troops, or send in the mortar. More troops I am going to send in. And then I'm going to send forwards the generals as well to support here. Oh, now they're sending in more cavalry. We'll order the mortar to fire at will. Oh wait, did I forget to toggle fire at will on these guys? That's why we had problem. Not because they were unwilling to fire. My units are kinda dying. Extend the lines, fire at will. No wonder then they weren't firing, because I had forgotten to tell them to fire at will. My units were utterly defeated and broken down. Hopefully they'll survive though, so that I'll still have them after the fight. Don't like the guys coming up there. They will get shot down by my infantry though. Ooh, was that one of our own shots that landed here? Because I don't know what else could have killed that many men. Currently this marine isn't firing at all, which I'm not too happy with.
The whole unit is lost.
All hands lost. I guess we send in the Cossacks, they're pretty good. Let's go ahead and inspire. There we go, now we're starting to see some action. There's still quite a lot of troops. I'm worried about these blue banner. And this unit over here. Maybe I should actually target that one more. Keep up the fire. Those bows are deadly. Okay, now I think we actually need... Oh, the mortar doesn't actually reach there. It's too close to where we actually are. The troops are getting murdered here. I'm gonna order the Cossacks to charge. They're gonna charge, unfortunately, through our own troops. But it had to be done, because we were not doing well in that fight. The bows are surprisingly good. I do believe my Cossack infantry, very skilled infantry, should be, or my Cossack cavalry should be able to defeat these guys. Are there still some infantry on the wall? Yeah, this marine unit almost lost every single hand. Not particularly good. And my mortar, yes, it has done quite a bit of damage on that unit. Do some damage on that infantry unit now. Right, break them. Send them away. That means there's not a lot of troops left. I notice here my cannon shots have actually gone through as we've been firing on the castle and hit some buildings on the other side.
Victory is assured, sir.
Oh, it's assured? Enemy general is coming over there. Let's have the Cossacks charge him. And if those guys want to come out and fight us, then by all means, come out and fight me. Let's see, Cossacks versus the Chinese general. Although it isn't a general's unit. Is it arrows from a tower? Yeah, it's arrows from the tower coming in and hitting my Cossacks. But they outnumber the general by so many troops that... Ooh! Mortar shots landing right in front of these guys. Once the general goes, I imagine they might just surrender the castle to me. Let's move forward and slay the enemy. The general is about to go down. There's only 5 men left in his unit. Oh, now he's trying to retreat. It's hard to tell what's going on. I probably should enable like a submod that reduces the or completely removes shaking camera. Did you kill the general? I believe they did.
Your
Then you
men
can-
have killed their general,
There
sir.
we go. This unit's not happy with that. Let's go ahead and see if we can't claim the castle. Cossacks probably very tired. Yeah, they're very tired at this point, having ridden around in the snow like that. The enemies moved to the far end of the castle. Oh, they broke. Oh, they're wavering. I'll switch target. If we still have any bombs left to fire, fire them on the cavalry unit instead. Let's go ahead and set up and prepare to face that one unit. I think these guys can actually continue through, and if the cavalry attacks, they can form square. I think the Marines should be able to take care of this on their own, since there's only 39 enemies. The cavalry was activated just as we're moving through the gatehouse. I think we'll just might be able to get out here and form square. Although that doesn't seem to be necessary because they're not charging us. Oh, they're broken. They didn't even get close to us. As soon as you're ready, all we need to do is just break these guys. We're under heavy bow fire though. There goes the officer. The unit will stand. Well, now they're charging. Oh, when I cannot form square any longer. They need support. Let's move this unit up to support them. Get the 2 generals in. I think we need to get the Cossacks in as well. 13 of my men against 7 of theirs. Tough fighting here. I am sending in troops to support. There's only 2 Chinese troopers left. Now there's only 1. And now there's none of them. It's a bit early to celebrate. This guy just got so many arrows into him. So close to victory, and he gets 2 arrows just impaling him. Right, costly victory, but victory nonetheless. The castle is ours. Any counterattack by the enemy will be easily thwarted now that we have the walls. Let's go ahead and take a look at the statistics though. Here's the result of the battle. So once again I lost more than half my troops. 2 units were utterly destroyed, 2 infantry units. But we did survive, and we still have 313 men. The mortar gained a lot of experience through this. The Cossacks are still here as well. And now the castle should be ours. But once again, very costly victory.
And now the faction leader gains another star. Peacefully occupy. And we're gonna get the Cossacks in there as well. And then exempt them from tax. And then we can actually hold on to this. We got cavalry school and we got a traditional dojo, which means that we can get conscript and then really fast Cossack units out of this. We also get a pretty darn good province because we've get silk here. So we got a big silk farm out here, which is, I believe, fully upgraded. Which is great. So that will, I mean, if I can start trading that, we're gonna make a lot of money. So hopefully my ship will be able to get over to the mainland Japan. So we'll be able to sell it. The Chinese army is still out here. They're not gonna get any replenishment, but they will certainly attack us. And my army is really broken down, but I will be able to defeat them just because of the choke points here in the walls. So I'm pretty confident that we'll be able to take out the Chinese. Should start now when I have lost so many men that to actually start recruiting some extra troops to send in there so that we can continue on our road to victory. I've lost surprisingly many troops and we are making very little cash. But we have extended our empire by 2 extra provinces. We're going to extend it by 2 more. And hopefully, once I set up trade with European powers or the Japanese, we'll be able to make enough money to make a proper army. With that said, we're going to end it right here. So, hopefully, you guys enjoyed it. And hopefully, I'll see you guys for the next one. Bye.
Your men have killed their general, sir!